away, days burn, disintegrate, years roll along and fade. Don't let them slip away. Right here, right now, today. These are the good old days. Right here, right now, today. Hey, these are the good old days.
In 1982, when Hasbro released G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, not only did they change the way that kids play with soldiers in their backyard, but they created one of the most recognizable brands and teams in toy history. Now, in addition to creating one of the best action figure lines of all time, and one of the greatest brands of all time, they also doubled down and created one of the best villain franchises ever, in Cobra, led by the infamous Cobra Commander. As a child, he was a mystery of a villain. You didn't know who he was, but you knew he was pure evil. Now, since for Cobra Convergence we're all doing Cobra-related things, I thought it would be really fun to take a look at one of my favorite G.I. Joe vehicles, and then pull a little G.I. Joe ourselves. You see, Hasbro was really good at taking a vehicle and reusing the mold again and again and again and again to get new life out of that mold. And one of my favorite vehicles was the Vamp. The Vamp was the G.I. Joe Jeep utility vehicle to get your Joes from battle to battle. Now, the Vamp wasn't a big vehicle, so it wasn't expensive. You could fit 3 or 4 Joes in there. You could have a great time. It was a rugged enough basic vehicle that to this day, if you find one that's in beat up shape, it still could be a lot of fun to put on your shelf or play with in your backyard. Now, there's a number of variations of the Vamp. There was the original one, there was the Desert one, there was the Tiger Force one, there was the Cobra Stinger, there was the Dreadnought one, there was mail-aways, there was variants. But what never happened was Cobra Commander didn't get his own specific Vamp. So today, for Cobra Convergence 7, we are going to right that wrong.
How dare he do that? Get him off the screen!
Alright, so here's our Vamp. You can see here it's just a basic shell of a Vamp. It's missing its gun, it's missing its gas cans, it's missing the steering wheel, but it's in pretty decent shape. So the first thing we're going to do is take it apart. So we're going to take out this roll cage and the dashboard, which are already kind of falling apart. So we're going to put those aside. And then the next thing we're going to do is snap off the entire body off the chassis here. And once we snap that off, the fuel cage will just snap right out, and we have it all apart. Now the next thing we're going to do is, this chassis is kind of gross and dirty, so we're going to give it a bath. Alright, so we got all the dirt off the chassis. Now there is still a little bit of sticker residue there, and that's because it's that sticky glue stuff. And so we're going to get these stickers off of the body as well, and then we're going to get all that residue off with a little bit of glue gun. Yep, so first thing, just get all these stickers, take the turret out of the back. Once we have that, we can give it a quick wash with the glue gun, and we will be ready for the next step. Alright, so now we have our Vamp apart, we have it clean. The next thing we want to do is make it look a little more Cobra Commander. So the first thing is these rims got to get upgraded. So we're going to take this gold paint marker, and we are going to give these, this particular Vamp some Cobra Commander golden rims. Now we have all the rims all golded up. We are going to take the green parts of the chassis outside, and we're going to give them a shot of spray paint that is going to try and mimic the color of the hooded Cobra Commander mail-away figure. And now that we have all of our parts painted, we are just going to simply add a little bit of glue to get the roll cage and the dashboard back in place. And once we have that all back together, we're simply going to reattach the body to the chassis. And we can see it's already starting to look pretty good. But it's missing some parts. We need to head to our 3D space and design a steering wheel, some gas cans, and a weapon for the back of it. Now, as far as a weapon for the back, we all know I really like a good minigun, so we're going to give this Vamp the same kind of double minigun treatment we gave the Sergeant Slaughter tank we did a few videos ago. Alright, and after a little tweaking, we have our turret that's going to hold our double minigun array here. We also got our fuel cans that are going to go in the back gauge, and we got our steering wheel. So we're going to put all those onto the Vamp and see how it looks. Alright, now like every G.I. Joe vehicle, this is going to need some decals. So I'm just going into PowerPoint here to kind of mock up what some Cobra style decals would be on there. We're going to put a little nod to Hooded Cobra Commander 788 in there, just as a little nod as a thank you for him for putting whole of Cobra Convergence together. And then we're going to put those designs into the Cricket design space, and we're going to cut those out onto some vinyl adhesive. And once we have those cut out from the Cricket, we will then apply them to the Vamp, and we'll see how it looks. there is our hooded Cobra Commander Vamp. I think it looks really, really great. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. Let's see what stands up next to the driver himself. And I think they look flawless together.
So there you go. There's our take on a Cobra Commander specific vamp. I think it looks great. I'm excited to have this in my collection. I'm glad I got to be part of Cobra Convergence with so many other great content creators. If you like what we're doing, if you're having as much fun as we are, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the YouTube stuff. If you'd like to, you can support us on Patreon. We really, really appreciate it. But mostly, I hope to see you at the next video.